the Six-Day War, a comprehensive account of a pivotal conflict. In the summer of 1967, a conflict erupted in the Middle East that would reshape the region's political landscape and have far-reaching consequences for decades to come. The Six-Day War, a confrontation between Israel and an Arab coalition comprising Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, was marked by rapid territorial gains, stunning military achievements, and a new balance of power in the Middle East. Before we dive into this riveting account of the Six-Day War, we'd like to remind you to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more captivating historical content. Your support allows us to continue bringing you well-researched and engaging videos like this one. Now, let's delve into the events that shaped this remarkable conflict. The Israeli military, despite its smaller population, managed to mobilize a formidable fighting force. With 264,000 soldiers, 800 tanks, and 300 aircraft at their disposal, Israel faced an Arab coalition consisting of 547,000 soldiers, 2,500 tanks, and 957 aircraft. Day 1, June 5, 1967. On the morning of June 5th, Israeli Air Force jets started the offensive, while maintaining complete radio silence and flying at an altitude of 35 to 50 feet caught the Egyptian Air Force by complete surprise. This preemptive strike, Operation Focus, targeted 11 Egyptian airfields, destroying over 300 aircraft and severely crippling the Egyptian air defense capabilities. In the first 30 minutes of Operation Focus alone, 204 Egyptian planes were destroyed at the cost of only 19 Israeli aircraft. Within 5 hours from the start, Israel gained complete air superiority. Meanwhile, Israeli ground forces launched an offensive into the Sinai Peninsula led by General Israel Tal's Armored Division. They captured the strategic Katef Ridge and advanced rapidly, while General Ariel Sharon's division moved to secure the vital Gila crossroads. Day 2, June 6, 1967. The Sinai Offensive and Jordanian entry. Israeli forces continued their advance into the Sinai Peninsula, capturing key positions like the Jairati Pass and the city of El Arish. Meanwhile, the Jordanians, deceived by Egyptian claims of victory, launched an attack on Israeli positions in Jerusalem and the West Bank. Israel responded by launching a counter-offensive led by General Uzi Narkis against Jordanian forces in Jerusalem, while General Moshe Dayan ordered an assault on the West Bank. Day 3, June 7, 1967. The battle for Jerusalem and West Bank. Intense fighting broke out in Jerusalem, with Israeli paratroopers commanded by Colonel Mata Gur storming the heavily fortified Ammunition Hill. After a fierce battle, they succeeded in capturing the strategic high ground. Later that day, Israeli forces entered the Old City of Jerusalem, and for the first time in nearly 2,000 years, the Western Wall and the Temple Mount were under Jewish control. In the West Bank, Israeli forces advanced rapidly, capturing Jericho, Ramallah, and other key locations. Day 4, June 8, 1967. The Golan Heights and the Sinai Campaign. With Jerusalem and the West Bank secured, Israeli forces turned their attention to the Golan Heights. General Eitan Peled was tasked with leading the assault on this strategically important region, which was heavily fortified by the Syrian army. Meanwhile, in the Sinai Peninsula, Israeli forces captured the Suez Canal, effectively cutting off the Egyptian Third Army. The United Nations began efforts to broker a ceasefire, but fighting continued. Day 5, June 9, 1967, the Golan Heights campaign. On June 9, Israeli forces commenced their attack on the Golan Heights. Despite encountering heavy resistance and difficult terrain, they managed to capture the strategic Quiet at al-Muftar fortress and the town of Banias. By nightfall, Israeli forces had reached the outskirts of the Syrian town of Quneitra. Day 6, June 10, 1967, the ceasefire. As Israeli forces completed their capture of the Golan Heights, a ceasefire was declared on June 10. Israel now controlled the Sinai Peninsula, the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, and the Golan Heights. The Six-Day War had come to an end, and the Middle East would never be the same again. In the aftermath of the war, Israel's territorial gains were significant, having increased the size of the country by more than threefold. The Sinai Peninsula and the Suez Canal, previously under Egyptian control, were now under Israeli administration. The West Bank, including the holy city of Jerusalem, was wrestled from Jordanian control, and the strategic Golan Heights were captured from Syria. The human and material cost of the war was considerable. Israel suffered the loss of approximately 776 soldiers, with an additional 2,500 wounded. The Israeli military also lost 46 aircraft and 80 tanks during the conflict. The Arab coalition, on the other hand, sustained far greater losses. Egypt, Jordan, and Syria together lost around 18,000 to 22,000 soldiers, with thousands more wounded. The Arab states lost a total of approximately 450 aircraft and over 1,000 tanks. The Six-Day War remains an extraordinary chapter in modern history, illustrating the power of decisive action, innovative tactics, and unwavering determination. While the war significantly altered the geopolitical landscape in the Middle East, the repercussions of the conflict continue to reverberate today, influencing the dynamics of the region and the pursuit of peace. We hope you enjoyed this detailed account of the Six-Day War. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more captivating historical content. Your support allows us to continue bringing you well-researched and engaging videos like this one. Thank you for watching.